So guys, now we are going to talk about a very big international situation which is related to Trump and Iran and why suddenly he paused the attacks on Iran's energy infrastructure. So first let us go back to June 2025 where all of this actually started. At that time the US joined Israel and they launched airstrikes on Iran's nuclear facilities, and Trump said that Iran's nuclear capabilities were completely obliterated. After this, Iran responded with missile attacks on a US base in Qatar, and then later Trump announced a ceasefire between Israel and Iran in June 2025. So this is where the base of this whole conflict was set. Now moving forward to March 2026 where things again started escalating. In early March, the US and Israel launched a large-scale military campaign against Iran, and initially Trump said that these operations will last around 4 to 5 weeks, and by March 23 this war had already entered its 4th week. And because of this war there were a lot of consequences. More than 2,000 people were killed, oil prices started increasing, global stock markets became very volatile, and also shipping in the Strait of Hormuz got disrupted. Now talking about the Strait of Hormuz situation, so Iran basically restricted or blocked traffic through this route, and if you don't know, around 20% of the world's oil passes through this area. Because of this there were attacks on vessels near the strait, energy prices started going up, and pressure started building inside the US as well. Trump also admitted that oil and gas prices were rising because of this conflict. Now after this, Trump took a very strong stance around March 21 to 22. He threatened that he will obliterate Iran's power plants if Iran does not reopen the strait within 48 hours. And the targets included power plants, energy infrastructure, and oil export facilities. So this was a shift from nuclear targets to energy targets which could impact civilians and regional stability. Now on March 23, Trump announced a pause. He said that the US was in talks with an Iranian leader and claimed that Iran wanted to make a deal. And because of this, he delayed the strikes by 5 days. He also posted that he instructed the Department of War to postpone the attacks. And after this, markets reacted, oil prices came down and stocks started recovering. But Iran denied that any meaningful talks were happening. Now during mid to late March, pressure kept increasing. Energy prices were still unstable. People were concerned about the economy. And Trump was also considering shortening or ending the campaign because of rising oil prices. At the same time, critics were saying that there was no clear strategy and mixed signals were being sent. Now coming to March 26 where Trump again delayed the strikes. So he announced that the attacks on energy infrastructure will be paused for 10 more days. And the new deadline was set for April 6th, 2026 at 8 PM Eastern Time. He said that Iran requested 7 days and talks were still ongoing. So this became the second extension. Now talking about the current situation as of March 27. The energy strikes are paused. The deadline is April 6th. Trump is claiming that talks are happening, but Iran is denying this. The Strait of Hormuz is still disrupted and oil markets are still very sensitive. Now why this situation is very important? Because if Iran's power plants are attacked, then it can damage their economy. Electricity supply can be affected for millions of people, and even drinking water systems can get impacted, and this can also increase tensions in the whole region. And the reason why this pause happened, it is mainly because of economic pressure like oil prices and markets, political pressure inside the country, international diplomatic pressure, and also some uncertainty in strategy. So yes guys, right now everything depends on this deadline and how things move forward from here.